Imagine this, a peaceful mom of 3 just driving in her hometown gets executed by an ICE agent in broad daylight. But Trump's inner circle twists it into she tried to run him over. The video tells a different story, and it's exploding online. Buckle up as we expose the facts, the footage, and the shameless spin from J.D. Vance and the rest. Let's break it down.
To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here. Your stated reason for being in this city is to create some kind of safety, and you are doing exactly the opposite. People are being hurt. Families are being ripped apart. Long-term Minneapolis residents that have contributed so greatly to our city, to our culture, to our economy are being terrorized, and now somebody is dead.
In South Minneapolis, ICE agents were on a deportation raid when 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good, a U.S. citizen, poet, and mother with no criminal record, crossed their path. Her burgundy SUV was paused, possibly directing traffic. Agents approached, pulled her door, and yelled for her to get out. Good reverses a bit, turns her wheels away from the agent on her left, and starts driving forward slowly. That's when Agent Jonathan Ross pulls his gun and unloads multiple shots. Her car crashes into a parked vehicle and a pole. She's dead on the spot. Homeland Security, Under Secretary Kristi Noem, immediately calls it a vehicle ramming, claiming Good had been stalking and blocking them for hours, then violently tried to mow down Ross in an act of domestic terrorism. President Trump blasted on Truth Social, sharing a clip and ranting that she violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer. But hold up, videos from multiple angles show her wheels turning away from Ross, not toward him. It looks like a panicked attempt to escape, not attack. Sure, there might have been slight contact knocking him back, but experts say it doesn't scream imminent danger warranting deadly force. Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey didn't mince words. He called the self-defense story bullshit and told ICE to get the fuck out of Minneapolis. Now, the Trump loyalists pile on, defending the agent while smearing Good as the villain. Vice President J.D. Vance hits the White House podium, blasting media as dishonest and dubbing the shooting a tragedy of her own making. He pushes absolute immunity for ICE agents, letting them operate without accountability, and accuses her of domestic terror techniques to derail deportations.
How does being part of that network justify being shot?
Well, being part of the network doesn't justify being shot, but ramming an ICE officer with your car, that's what justifies being shot. It's not a good thing, by the way, but when you force somebody to engage in self-defense, it's almost a preposterous question. I'm not saying that funding some of this stuff justifies capital punishment. Nobody would suggest that. The reason this woman is dead is because she tried to ram somebody with her car and that guy acted in self-defense. That is why she lost her life, and that is the tragedy. Now, there may be other violations of the law and other penalties that are associated with those violations of the law. For example, if you are funding violence against our law enforcement officers, I'm not a prosecutor. My guess is that's not the sort of thing that earns capital punishment, but it should sure as hell earn you a few years in prison if you're funding the effort to try to assault our law enforcement officers. I'm sorry guys, what's going on here? You guys are meant to report the truth. How have you let yourself become agents of propaganda of a radical fringe that's making it harder for us to enforce our laws? You just asked me a question that presumed that the reason why this woman died is because she was engaged in legitimate protest. She tried to run somebody over with her car, and the guy defended himself when that happened. Next question.
The investigation is still ongoing.
I said next question.
Mr. Vice President.
This ignores Ross's history. He was dragged by a fleeing driver last year, needing 33 stitches, which might explain his trigger-happy response, but doesn't justify it. Vance isn't solo in the echo chamber. Noem doubles down in interviews, insisting Good attempted to kill agents after stalking them. UFC Sean Strickland tweets that intent doesn't matter. She used a deadly weapon to flee. Megyn Kelly rips into critics like Hillary Clinton for mourning Good, calling it disgusting and a threat to lives. Influencers like Eric Doherty hail Ross as a patriot, spotlighting his past injury to excuse the gunfire. These hot takes flood social media, framing Good as a radical left menace who got what she deserved, all without proof she was armed, protesting, or even clued into the raid. Meanwhile, Democrats fire back. Governor Tim Walz, Ed Keith Ellison, and Chuck Schumer slam it as unjustified. Schumer says the video made his stomach punch, with zero excuse for the shots. The state investigation hits a wall when the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension pulls out, citing FBI stonewalling, sparking cover-up cries. Protests erupt, with thousands braving the cold for vigils and clashes. Honoring Good is extremely compassionate, her car full of kids' stuffed animals. This tragedy spotlights Trump's deportation frenzy, clashing federal raids with sanctuary cities. The loyalists rush to label Good a murderer when footage screams low-speed panic. Stinks of misinformation to shield the admin. Facts don't lie. Renee Good's death was avoidable, and the top-down spin just salts the wound. Question everything, dig for truth, because in this America, one video, to wildly different stories.
We must demand justice to see it in this country!
And now we're seeing lies from the federal administration calling her